Many people don't realize it, but Earth's climate has always been in a constant cycle of warmth and cold, and what we consider normal today is actually just a brief pause in a much larger story. Right now, we are living in what scientists call an interglacial period, basically a warm break between ice ages. The last ice age ended around 11,700 years ago, but in geological terms, that's yesterday. So the big question is, will another ice age come? And if it does, when? How? And what would it look like? To understand that, we need to look at the triggers. Ice ages are driven by several overlapping forces, one of the biggest being Earth's orbit. Known as Milankovitch cycles, these are slow shifts in the planet's orbit, tilt, and wobble that affect how sunlight is distributed across the globe. When these cycles line up just right, global temperatures drop, snow starts to stick around longer, and glaciers slowly grow year after year until massive sheets of ice spread across continents. But orbital changes are only part of the story. Volcanic activity, ocean currents, solar radiation, and even how carbon dioxide moves through the atmosphere all play a role in tipping the planet into a deep freeze. If we were to leave Earth alone, no factories, no pollution, no cities, then yes, another ice age would almost certainly come. Some scientists even believe it should have already begun. That's right, by natural cycles alone, we may have already entered the slow descent into another glacial period. But there's one thing that changed the rules: us. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, we've been releasing massive amounts of greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide, into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat, warming the planet faster than natural systems can adapt. And according to many climate models, this human-driven warming has likely delayed the next ice age by tens of thousands of years, maybe even more. Some researchers estimate the next natural ice age wouldn't begin for another 50,000 years, or even longer, because the current level of CO2 is higher than it's been in the past 3 million years. In fact, if we keep burning fossil fuels the way we are now, we might be locking the planet into a prolonged interglacial period, something that has never happened before in Earth's history. So ironically, while an ice age used to be an inevitable part of Earth's rhythm, it's now become a question of if rather than when. But if one were to happen again, despite human influence, how would it begin? It would likely start slowly, almost unnoticeably, with slightly cooler summers in the far north. Snowfall would increase and wouldn't fully melt during summer, piling up year after year. Eventually, glaciers would form again in places like Canada, Scandinavia, and Siberia. Over thousands of years, they would expand southward, reshaping entire landscapes. Sea levels would drop dramatically as water gets trapped in ice, and regions like Northern Europe and large parts of North America could become uninhabitable. Human civilization, agriculture, and modern infrastructure would be severely tested. But here's the twist: climate change, which we usually talk about in terms of warming, might also bring sudden cold. If melting polar ice disrupts the North Atlantic Ocean current, a current that helps regulate global temperatures, parts of the northern hemisphere could actually get colder in the short term, triggering regional mini ice ages, even while the planet as a whole warms. This means our future may not be as simple as just hotter or colder, but instead more extreme, more chaotic. So will there be another ice age? Most likely, yes. But not in our lifetime, and maybe not even in the next 100 generations. Climate is a slow-moving giant, and while we've managed to grab the wheel for now, nature has a way of resetting the balance. The next ice age might come when we least expect it, or it might not come at all. But one thing is certain: Earth will keep changing, with or without us. The real question is whether we'll be ready when it does.